Hey YouTube, I'm back. So it's been a few weeks since my last video. It is March 11th now, so I guess it's been a week and a half-ish. So the big news I was hoping for in the last video finally came true last week. I am at 260 right now. I'm down 41 since the surgery, but more importantly, I'm down more than 100 from my peak, which was in 1999. I was at 362. I'm at 260 this morning. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe. Equally hard to believe is that according to the BMI charts, now your body mass index, I'm no longer obese. I'm overweight, like I guess the rest of America, but I'm no longer obese, and that's a mental threshold to cross. You know, the morning of the surgery when I went in and I was signing all the paperwork, you know, it said diagnosis on the paperwork. It said morbid obesity. Kind of hits you, you know. And yeah, morbid obesity. So not obese anymore, just overweight and feeling great. Eating fine, sleeping fine, healing fine. It's all good, man. You know, another measurement that's really interesting, and which was a sort of a non-scale victory this week, was my pant size. I'm down to a 42 waist. I cannot remember exactly when I was a 42 last. It was certainly in college or right after college, thereabouts. I mean, it's been a long, long time. So figure 1993-ish, I was a 42 waist. 42 waist again, I bought some at Walmart, more jeans. My other jeans got too big. I also went to BJ's and bought some dress pants and bought a couple tops, a couple shirts. Tops? Is that a male word? I think it's a female word. In any case, I bought a couple shirts. It feels great to be able to buy clothes in a normal store. They don't have a huge selection yet, but I will be very soon being able to get stuff right off the rack at normal clothes stores, and that means as much, I think, as the actual numbers in the scale. It's just an amazing feeling. So you know, all is good. Couple funny comments. Yeah, I shared the 100-pound news on Facebook and with friends and stuff, and you know. One comment someone said was, well, you know, and you did the majority of it without the surgery. You know, you lost, you know, surgery, you know, it's 40 pounds, but you're down to 100, and you know, you did it by yourself, you know, without the surgery, and that's great. And I know what they're saying, and they really meant well, and I certainly took it as they meant it. But you know, I think there's this conception out there that, or perception out there rather, that you know, you had the surgery and it does the work for you. There's some truth to that. I mean, I think immediately after the surgery I lost weight. I probably can't attribute to anything other than the surgery, but you know, I'm doing this still me. It's still me staying down to about 900 calories a day. It's still me who busted his ass on the elliptical for half an hour earlier tonight, and I've been doing that for, you know, 4 or 5 nights a week. It's still me that has to watch that head hunker. It's still me that has to portion out my food and pay attention to what I'm doing. So, you know, the surgeon is great, and the surgeon gave me this wonderful tool. It's up to me to use it. So while I get what the person was saying, and certainly she didn't mean anything by it, this is hard work. And don't, anyone who's had the surgery will tell you, I'm sure, that, you know, it doesn't just work by magic. It takes discipline and hard work, and everything that you had to do before the surgery you have to do still. It does help you, you know, it does make you feel uncomfortable if you overeat, but you're doing the work yourself. So a couple weeks ago there was a trend on these weight loss videos that people post about their surgeries, about tipping points, when people got to the point where they decided they needed surgery or go on the diet. You know, I started thinking about it a little bit. I really didn't have any one tipping point per se that made me do it. And if I did have one, it was probably back in 1999 at my peak. We had just had our oldest child, my daughter, and we were getting life insurance. And because of my stated weight on the life insurance claim, we had to have a nurse come into our house and give me a physical. And I was 362 at that physical. And for that and just a few other minor reasons, you know, I've paid 4 times what my wife has paid for that life insurance policy since 1999. you know, the number crunchers know what they're doing, and there's a reason I was paying 4 times as much for life insurance. I was much more likely to die and have serious injury and have serious health issues because I was overweight or obese. And that's what prompted sort of a decade-long series of diets and on and off diets and you name it. So there really wasn't one tipping point, but that was pretty close to it. The things about obesity that I think have always hit me the most are the things that I couldn't do. And, you know, a lot of people talk about, oh, the surgery gave them their life back and they can do things now that they never could before. And I do get that. I didn't have as many of those, I think, as some people. Some people talk about getting winded checking the mail and stuff like that. I never did that. I mean, this fall I went for a 5-mile hike up a local ridge, and, you know, I mean, I've never felt like my weight limited my ability to do exercise, certainly. My laziness certainly did, but my weight really didn't. However, there were some incidents that through the years I think have been embarrassing and probably prompted this on as much as anything else. One, I'm a big airplane fan, and I got a tour of a World War II airplane probably about 10 years ago. And you have to walk from the back to the front of the airplane. I literally couldn't fit through one part of it, and you know, that's something to think about. I literally couldn't fit on this walkway connecting the rear and the front of the aircraft. My grandfather was a crew member on this particular aircraft in World War II. He was a small guy and could, I'm sure, scamper back and forth easily in his prime. Couldn't fit. Literally could not fit. And that hurt. That really stung. Resin chairs, those cheap, crappy garden chairs that people buy for $5. I've broken more of those through the years than I could count. Half dozen, probably, if not more. Sitting down, you rest your arm on it, and the chair breaks. It's embarrassing. Broke a swing this summer. It was an old swing, rusty bolt, but, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow wouldn't have broken the swing. And there's a reason that I broke it, and it was my weight. Booths at restaurants. I went out for lunch, which I'll talk about in a minute, with my son over the weekend. Went to a booth. It was great. I had room in the booth. Didn't feel like it was tight. It was a really nice feeling. And then seatbelts on airplanes. You get into an airplane, you got to buckle, you got to be in that damn seatbelt when there's turbulence and things. I've never needed a seatbelt extender, but I've come really close. And I won't need one anymore. So, you know, those are all little mini tipping points along the way, and things I will look back on to keep me inspired and keep me motivated and keep me going, and I think that'll work just fine. The thing about my lunch with my son, it was the first time I'd gone out to a restaurant, a real restaurant, and ordered off a menu and everything, and it was a favorite seafood place of ours, and he and I just went for a drive, and we ended up down the shore and went to the seafood place. And, you know, it was good. It was a good exercise. They brought out bread. I didn't have any of it. He had a piece. It was fresh, hot bread. I can't blame him. I would have too. But I didn't have any. Brought out my favorite butter for the bread. Didn't have any of that. And then for an entree, I got the shrimp cocktail, which was awesome. And it was great. It was perfect size. There were like 4 or 5 big shrimp. Filled me up. Nothing but protein. Very low calories. No fat, practically. And it was great. It was a great meal right off the menu. No special requests. He had his fried shrimp and his French fries, and good for him. You know, people should be able to eat like that, and you know, someday I might have a fried shrimp or two, but not the old way. And I was perfectly happy with my shrimp cocktail. It was delicious. So, you know, life is good. The 100 pounds has meant a lot mentally to me, and bucket list item, you know, cross that off the bucket list. I've got 2 more this year that hopefully I'll be able to cross off the bucket list related to my weight indirectly, I guess. Things are good, and the 100-pound was a big mark to cross, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it. You know, of course, it was all the surgeon's work, right? You know, but it mentally meant a lot to me to see that scale go below 262, and then to look at the BMI chart and realize I was not obese. So anyway, hang in there, folks. People who are considering doing this, do your homework, watch my videos, watch other good videos, and be prepared for what's ahead of you. People who have done it and just watching this, hang in there, brothers and sisters. We're going to get through this, okay? And There are going to be good days and bad days, and you just gotta keep it one day at a time, just like the AA saying. So that's it for me right now. Probably back in a few weeks when I have something interesting to say. But I thought that was an interesting bit of news to break, and take care. Hang in there.